AIM-listed Fox Marble, which owns quarries in Kosovo and southeast Europe with over 300 million cubic metres of premium quality marble and decorative stone, has received the first advance payment for its biggest ever order of €2 million from Eboracum Limited. It's also updated this morning investors on a factory development and also a block sale agreement, which takes the company further on. Chris Gilbert, the CEO, joins us now. Chris, welcome. Let's take today's news first of all, where you've got this factory update. We've spoken over the last couple of years about the factory. I know investors have been really interested in the developments here because it has been a bit of a problem, but this now seems to have overcome all the issues.
It has. I think all of us, all of the stakeholders have been disappointed in the progress of the factory, in part due to the key supplier of the main equipment not being able to supply us for reasons of their own in the middle of last year. So finally we're able to say, look, the supplier has now got his act together. He's now in process. He's now given us a delivery date of within the next 2 months for the equipment to finish the factory. Finishing the factory is key to us. It gives us access to the local domestic markets. It means we can process our own marble as opposed to sending it to Italy for processing, which means we pull back the margin. It allows us greater efficiency and it gives us a better yield in the quarries. So we're very pleased to be able to announce that. In addition to that, as part of that deal, we have sold €500,000 worth of block marble in support of this equipment deal, in addition to the fact that the actual overall cost of the equipment has been quite significantly reduced by the supplier in recognition of the delays that they've been responsible for. So they didn't have to do that, but it was part of the negotiation that we've done. So we're finally able to look people in the eye and say, look, this factory really is going to be finished soon and we'll be up and running.
So this gives you long-term predictability and visibility.
Yes, and as I say, it gives us access to the local Balkans market, which is a very dynamic market, which from an economic point of view wouldn't have been possible for us to ship marble out to process and then bring it back into the region. So that's very exciting for us as a whole market that's now going to open up to us.
Let's look at the other news as well that came out last week when I think the shares rose something like 10 or 12% on the news that you'd got this initial payment from Eboracum Limited for white marble that was being delivered. I believe it's €2 million, the entire order.
The entire order to be delivered over the next few months, sort of 3 or 4 months, is €2 million. They've paid an advance of just under €400,000 by way of a deposit in return for a discount to the price that we would normally charge, and we're going to start shipping to their warehouse, which is based in Hounslow, I think, in the very near future. So we're pleased about that.
Is there any evidence that this has triggered more orders?
I think what this does, as we add in another sales agency agreement and another distribution pipeline for our material, it definitely widens our customer base and the end user that comes to our product. So yes, that's very significant. More importantly, I think the thing to register here is that in the entirety of our revenue last year was a very disappointing €250,000, which we told the market about and everybody understands. This year, before the end of Q1, we're at €1 million worth of revenue, and that's significant in terms of its development. And I think that's evidence of the progress that we're making in penetrating the marketplace. Okay,
so for investors, let's take a step back and ask the question about the milestones from here.
I think the milestones is that once the factory is up and running, our customer base, particularly in the domestic market in the Balkans, is something that people will be, will be very focused on and people will be hearing about.
Look, Chris, we've got to leave it there, but thanks indeed for joining us.
Jeremy, thank you.
That's Chris Gilbert. He is the Chief Executive of Fox Marble.